It's huge. I mean, I think anytime in the playoffs, you have to go far, you have to travel, you have to play good teams in intense atmospheres, and we were able to do that, and it was good, you know, that we did it. We made some mistakes in the game, and hopefully that we got corrected this week. But it was just good. Anytime you can go out, have that type of lesson learned, and then win in the process, it definitely feels good.
The overall team speed and the scheme they run, and then you couple that in with the athletes they have and the big offensive linemen they have, and that's a legit state threat, I would think. I don't know if they're ranked in the state, I don't follow that stuff, but they are good, and I can imagine them going, 4 or 5 rounds deep in the playoffs. I could see that, and they're well coached, so they have everything working for them.
We're doing really well. We're trying to get all our grades in and academics part squared away. It's the end of the 6 weeks. I thought we had to bump up practice or change practice around to give them time to get in the classroom. So I'm a little bit worried about that. Anytime you change a routine on a football team, it's going to affect us. So I just don't know where it's going to affect us at. So, you're hoping all the weeks that you've done added into that is something that's they're going to be easily getting back into it. But rhythm and timing is certainly a worry tonight, and so going out trying to clinch some part of the district championship, and and the coach is worried because the routine is broke.
I still think games come down to matchups, and when you look at Lubbock Cooper and us on paper, we match up really well in a lot of areas. And if you look at the stats up to this point, which I don't play a lot into stats, but you do have to pay attention somewhat, and we're almost even in every category as far as the stats are concerned. So they're a really good football team. They have 9 returners starting from that defense that they had last year, and it was one of the best defenses in the area. And so I know they've struggled a little bit offensively, but you can't let that. They're still good, and they can put some points on the board. They're averaging like 30 points a game. So you put that with a strong defense, and you got a good ball club. So we know what we're up against, and we're going to have to play really well. I think it's going to come down to who can execute the best.
Yeah, extremely proud of them. They work hard every day. They're coachable, and they continue to go out there and play for themselves, play for their coaches, their school and community, and it's just been really, really fun to watch.
I wouldn't say he's 100% healthy. He's good enough to play, which is good enough for us. And with him, he's one of those guys, he'll look at me and say, I can't go. And if he says that, well, he can't go. On the flip side, he goes, Coach, I'm playing. Well, Coach, I'm playing. So that's where we're at this week. I said, hey, there's nothing wrong with giving you another week of rest here. We'll get 1,000 yards next week against Monterey. He said, Coach, I'm playing. I tried to repeat it, and he said, Coach, I'm playing. You understand? It's okay, Isaiah. So that's the kind of kid I have, right now playing running back for us. So a 75% Isaiah is good. He'll get to 100% by Monterey, but he'll be out there tonight letting it rip. So we'll see what happens.
Blair was my biggest worry, but he's somebody that you laugh and you think he's an unbelievable kid, very smart. I give him a hard time about being a nerd, so he'll probably get mad at me if he sees this, but he does not like cold weather. I guarantee you that. But he's the one that helped come up with the idea of ice in the practice, and he wanted to do it for his hands. So we were just prepared. Being from Amarillo, you know what the cold weather is. We had the heaters on the sideline. We had the balls well taken care of, and we had hand warmers. You just know how to stay warm when you are. My dad's from Dalhart, Texas. That's the coldest place on earth, and you just learn.
Well, that's the hard part. That's all we've preached this week is, we can only control what we can control these next 2 weeks. And if we win, then we'll just see where those chips fall at the end. So that's the hard part about keeping them focused. But they understand how important this game is, and it's a close proximity of a game. So there's a little sense of a rivalry there, but I wouldn't think it's as big as some of the teams that we've played. We have a lot of respect for them, and I think they have the same for us. And so I don't think it's going to be hard to get us up for the game. They know how important it is.
It's just different. I think the biggest thing that you see is that there's no fans really at the game. You're starting in the daytime, which is kind of unique this time of the year. And then you get your kids out of school way early. Like our pregame meal is going to be at like 10:50, and so it's all type of stuff going on.
Well, I think he's done a great job. I think he's settled down. I think more about is getting a kind of a rhythm with the new receivers, and in the offensive line, we did a lot of shuffling on the offensive line. They're the same guys, but they're playing different positions. So, you know, it's a little bit different with them. And once they started getting everything down, it's helped him quite a bit. You know, I was shocked with the Bill Fort Tough Player of the Week because I thought he had a great first half. Thought he had a good second half, but it wasn't anything like his numbers have been better, you know, a lot of other weeks. So I said, okay. I mean, I think it's a career award that he's probably earned. He's approaching now 3,000 this year, threw for 4,000 last year. I don't know too many high school quarterbacks that have thrown for over 100 touchdowns in their career, but he's approaching that mark. So, and he's done it with very little fanfare other than people in Lubbock, Texas recognizing it. So, you know, he's a pretty amazing kid, and it's good to see that he's getting a little love from a national source.